And thanks for joining us again as the fourth quarter of play is set to get rolling. It's been a close battle to this point. The Suns leading. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Thompson down low with Mozgov. Mr. Fundamentals is out there with Mo Williams. And it's Smith in at the small forward. Cleveland moving it around. Dishes it to Thompson. Shot clock at 6. Uses both hands to slam it down.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Chandler, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Right back to the basics there, using the one-hand slam for that one.
Doesn't he make the basics look pretty exceptional?
Yeah, he does. They look sweet when he does them.
And he better stay with those basics because this game is still yet to be determined.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. The Prophet really making a difference here.
He's been attacking the rim with reckless abandon. They're searching for answers. Some way they got to figure out how to contain him.
You know, there was a time when some thought Tyson Chandler would be a draft bust. But, you know, it took some time before he found his niche and has been one of the best bigs in the NBA for the span of his career. You know, that shows you also when you draft guys out of high school, they're going to need a couple more years to really define who they are as players.
And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Well, over the break, I listened in on David Blatt's huddle. With his team struggling from three-point territory, he told them to start looking for more high-quality shots inside the paint. We're forcing too many threes, he said. Stop with the bombs and work it inside.
No luck. And they're on the break. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. Chandler was a bit of a late bloomer, but you can't argue with his presence on the floor now.
Well, he won a title and embodies what you need to do in order to win titles. I mean, Chandler makes all the difference on defense, and that's why teams will just still want him even late in his career.
Some people think LeBron's athleticism, Clark, has declined over the last few years. He might be the first to admit it. He still looks terrific, though.
Well, he's, you know, that's a natural progression for any player,
Sure.
even if you are LeBron. But he's still an elite athlete by NBA standards.
He's been a different guy here in the second half. His shooting percentage far better than it was before the break.
Boy, right down to the wire here, Clark. Still anyone's ball game.
Both teams really invested now. I mean, this is the type of game you love to win, and you'd hate to lose it.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
Great job to hit his teammate on that move, Kevin.
And remember the quote from LeBron on the subject. Obviously, I'm not the 18-year-old kid that I was before, but I can still do the things I need to be successful.
Fourth quarter of play, we're about 2.5 minutes through it right now.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took. Really good awareness right there on the assist.
You know, LeBron was just so far ahead of everyone in the league when he was young. I mean, even a LeBron who has lost a step is more athletic than 95% of our league.
Stolen by Warren. Fast break, here come the Suns. Bledsoe's got the ball. That's good. And now it's 27 points for the Prophet. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for the Suns?
Boy, their hounding, harassing effort at the defensive end, very impressive. And they forced quite a few turnovers as a result.
And I also love what they've done defensively in terms of closing out to the shooters, getting a hand up, just making them feel a little uncomfortable on the offensive end.
And so he hits the technical free throw. What a year for the Suns in terms of transactions. Started the season with Dragic and Thomas on the roster and moved them both, Clark, at the deadline.
And, you know, most folks saw the Dragic trade coming after his disagreements with the team. The Thomas trade was a bit of a surprise, though.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. P.J. Tucker, he's checked in for T.J. Warren. And it's Brandon Knight in for Eric Bledsoe. Passes it to the Prophet. He dishes it to Tucker. Here's the Prophet. That's good. The Prophet's got 13 points in the second half.
And as you said, the Suns made a flurry of deals at the deadline. You knew they would move one guard, but ended up moving two. Brought back one as well.
And it's Smith missing.
He's not necessarily a strong inside presence, but he needs to polish those chances off.
Here's the Prophet. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
When the Suns made all those trades, you kind of figured there would be some adjustment, and they did fall off a bit. Still, they felt what they had wasn't quite good enough going forward, so they got a jump on rebuilding last year.
And guys, with the Suns last year, it wasn't a full return to that 7 seconds or less era, but it was pretty close. And the Suns were right at the top in terms of pace of play.
They've definitely hit that groove offensively.
They sure have, guys. I mean, really aggressive. And I like that posture and mindset. Stay aggressive.
Yeah, Greg, you like groove, don't you?
I do. Let's groove tonight, Kevin. As a matter of fact, let's just stay in the attack mode that we're seeing from these guys. They're getting whatever they want.
Well, as our listeners and our viewers know, we love analytics, and pace is how many possessions you see during an average game. The Suns were close, Clark, to 100.
Yeah, only the Rockets and Warriors played at a higher pace than the Suns did, Kevin. And pushing the pace is really when they were most effective.
Thompson misses.
Oh, excellent interior D to force the miss.
His defensive ability is a big factor. I mean, there's no denying that.
That would have been lucky had it fallen. Poor shot selection.
Yeah, look at the coach's face and the expression. It says all over it. Are you kidding me? Some hang time on that rim puts a little whipped cream on that angel food cake there.
It's a tight ball game, and those displays of strength, Clark, can get one team rolling.
Agreed.
And also the other on its heels. Let's see how this one turns out.
Here's Tucker. And again, it's the Suns missing.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Cavaliers timeout.
Timeout called the Cavaliers. The Prophet really making a difference here.
They need to make some adjustments because he's absolutely scorching.
And last season was one where Tristan Thompson transitioned from a starter to a bench role, didn't let the move bother him, and still put up solid numbers off the bench.
Well, for Thompson, he was great off the bench. You're right, Greg, for the Cavs last year. Even earned some Clark's 6th Man of the Year consideration votes.
And deserved it because of how he played and his impact. He actually had his best year in terms of shooting efficiency. Shot a career-high 55% from the floor.
Phoenix making some changes. Warren comes in for Markieff Morris. Eric Bledsoe is subbed in for P.J. Tucker. And then for Cleveland, Verajao comes in for Mozgov. And Kevin Love is subbed in for Thompson.
Talk about putting something extra on it. That dunk was way over the top.
Close game or not, Clark, he's going to finish firm when he gets the space.
I'm startled that he would even try something like that at this stage of the game. And with that three, his second of the half, he's equaled his total from before the break.
Smith dishes to Love. Smith up top. 9 feet out. Again, the Cavaliers score.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Here's the Prophet. And James pulls it down.
You rarely see him missing dunks, but the defender was right in his face on that one, and it threw him off just enough. Not only is the game neck and tight, but the rebounding battle is too. Extremely close on the boards.
It's been brutal in terms of the physicality down low.
Feeds it to Verajao. Love in the post. He's guarded by Knight. And Love throws it down.
Just a great battle these two teams are waging here today.
Boy, it sure is, and I'm getting the sense that this game could end up being decided by just 1 or 2 plays down the stretch.
He's really lacking in confidence out there. 0 field goals made so far in this game.
Over to the wing. Smith against Bledsoe. Verajao passes to Mr. Fundamentals. Just 3 to shoot. Oh, wow. That's a beautiful jam. Just floating to the rim on that slam.
Boy, when he gets up and stays up.
Man, you could clock his hang time with an hourglass.
Shot is no good. The Suns go the other way with it. Tied for 3. Verajao grabs the board.
He hit a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Here's Mr. Fundamentals, and the layup's good off the glass. Mr. Fundamentals got 9 points now in the quarter.
Their interior defense has been dismal.
Yeah, they're losing the battle in the paint.
Suns trail by 7. The pass to Warren. 1:22 left in the fourth quarter of this one. No luck.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount.
And the basket good.
If you battle for the offensive rebound and come up with it, you're guaranteed a high-quality shot on a follow just like he got there.
And again, it's the Suns missing. Cleveland's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. It's stolen. Pass to Chandler. Good ball movement here by the Suns. Such a wide open look. And it's 37 points for the Profits.
Really good job there. That's the definition of the inside-out game.
That's a foul called on the Prophet. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Markieff Morris is checked in for Knight. A switch here also for Cleveland. Mozgov, he's checked in for Anderson Verajao. Here's Mr. Fundamentals. It's hauled in by the Suns.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Cleveland with the ball. 6-point lead. And he goes in for the dunk. He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
that could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
Poked loose.